up, guys? Welcome back for another video. It's that time to do some college football picks and predictions. We're going to be breaking down the 2026 Notre Dame Fighting Irish. This is a team that just barely missed out on the playoffs last year. They're pissed off. The whole team is pissed off. The roster's pissed off. The fans are pissed off. They want revenge. They are out for blood, metaphorically, this season. They want to get back to the playoffs. They don't just want to get back to the playoffs. They want to get back to the national championship. They want to win their first national championship since the 80s. And when you look at this roster, they are loaded. They have the capabilities. Now they also have the veteran quarterback coming back. Marcus Freeman, he has this thing firing on all cylinders. They are a machine. They lost their first two games last season. Just missed out on that playoffs. But the way their schedule's setting up right now, they may run the table, and they'll be in the big dance. We're going to break down the schedule, pick which games they're going to win and lose, and what their final record might be. First things first, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. What do you think their final record is when all is said and done? Leave it in the comment section. I will respond to every comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment below. Notre Dame. 10-2 last season, lost to Miami, lost to the Aggies, one spot out of making the playoffs. I know you guys that are Irish fans, you are pissed, you are livid, you haven't forgotten about that. Jeremiah Love hasn't forgotten about it. At the Combine workouts, he was still talking trash about how much he hates Miami because it's still a sore spot in the back of your mind. Use that fire to kind of guide you, because I will say this, and I said it last year, Notre Dame's team last season was more than capable of making it back in the national championship back-to-back seasons. But this time, over that 24 team, they could have won the national championship last season. When the season ended, they might have been the hottest team in the country. Top 10 offense, top 15 defense. They were getting after, playing really good football. Carr now coming back as the quarterback. It's been a while since Notre Dame had a quarterback playing now 2 years in this system. Denbrock, great offensive mind, one of the best offensive coordinators in the game. CJ Carr, he took massive strides from week one versus Miami last year. He showed he was a completely different quarterback. He can scramble if he has to, but he wants to beat you vertically with his arm, pushing the ball down the field. They had the best running back in the country, Jeremiah Love. He's now gone off to the NFL. The number one overall running back, could easily be a top 10 team, top 10 pick. This team is still loaded at the running back position. Chris Ash, defense started out kind of shaky, but there's no doubt as this season progressed week to week, the players got more and more comfortable in the system. Now they've had a whole nother second offseason. They're going to be even better. This Notre Dame defense, they're going to be top 10 worthy. Their offense, top 10 worthy. And now they're actually a veteran offense with CJ Carr coming back. The running back room, it's loaded. You have Williams. You have Young. Williams showed, yes, he might not be Jeremiah Love, who is a sensational running back, but he's pretty dang good. 9.3 yards per carry last season. 9.3 yards per carry. They're going to be just fine running the ball. You know what Denbrock wants to do? He wants to be physical. He wants to run it right out to it. He wants to base that passing attack off the play action. They can run up and down. They can run sideline to sideline. And they got a veteran crop of wide receivers. Greathouse, Faison, Gilbert, Williams, Porter, Graham. There's weapons all over this team. Flanagan at the tight end position. They will have a very good passing attack. And I don't think they're honestly going to miss a beat when it comes to the run game. If Notre Dame can run, if they can throw, and if their defense is doing what the Irish defense has done for the last decade, this is a playoff team. This is a playoff team. This is a national championship team. Marcus Freeman has been a perfect fit for the Irish the last couple seasons, and they're recruiting good now. Working the portal when they need to. Top 10 recruiting class is coming in. The roster showing depth. It's getting better and better top to bottom every single season. But let's jump right into that schedule. Week one, they start out with some Big Ten play. Saturday, September 6th versus the Wisconsin Badgers. Fickle, the Badgers. This team is so bad. They actually get worse somehow every single season. Going to be an easy win for Notre Dame. What I will say here, this is a warm-up game. It's not a cupcake game. Still a Power 4 team. Still a Big Ten team, so they want to be physical. But Notre Dame's going to slap them around. And they're coming, they're going to Green Bay to play this game, Lambeau Field, kind of an interesting matchup. But the Irish are going to dominate this one. This is going to be a huge win. I'm talking like a 44-10, 48-10. They start out 1-0. Week two, Saturday, September 12th, the Rice Owls. First game at home for Notre Dame, Indiana, then Notre Dame Stadium. The Rice Owls, again, completely outmatched. Notre Dame's schedule, I will say this about Irish, and you Irish fans know this. Notre Dame is not afraid to play anyone. Obviously, they're not in a conference. They play a lot of ACC games because they have that deal with them. But they will play anyone, SEC, Big Ten, no matter what. When they had the old Pac-12, they'll play anybody in the country. Just give them a call. They'll line up and play you. They jump back into the Big Ten Saturday, September 19th, the Michigan State Spartans. They had two easy wins, the Badgers, the Rice Owls, dominating win there. Let's say that one's like a 56-6 game. Michigan State Spartans, new coaching staff, a lot of new players, a lot of new portal additions. That's the unknown, but all these new pieces, they're not going to be fired up. They're not going to be set within their system to go up against Notre Dame. This game is at Notre Dame. It's going to be a bludgeoning. Notre Dame last season beating the living crap, curb stomping teams, blowing their back outs. They're going to start the season like that. That's what separates this team from last year's team. Young quarterback, new defensive scheme. Took them a couple weeks to get going. They don't need that now. Right out the gate, they're going to be beating the crap out of teams. They're going to win this one easily, and they're 3-0. Saturday, September 26th, at the Purdue Boilermakers, another Big Ten game. Purdue. It's been a couple seasons since Purdue was really in the race. Purdue, can they put up a fight? Can they possibly come back this season? Highly, highly unlikely. Notre Dame wins this game. That's 4 straight blowouts so far. Saturday, October 3rd, at the North Carolina Tar Heels, going across the country. Chapel Hill, Bill Belichick, the NFL GOAT. Let's just call things like they are. He's not the college football GOAT. He does not field a good team in any way whatsoever. I said last season, people were praising him a massive hire. I said, it is not going to work. It did indeed not work. Yes, he's the GOAT from the NFL. What I will appreciate about what he's doing compared to what he did last year, he's actually recruiting this past class, not relying too much on the portal, wants to build some depth, find those foundational pieces that fit the scheme he wants to be. So I do think they will be better, but they're not Notre Dame Irish better. Notre Dame wins this one, and I still think they win it handily. 5-0. The Irish just continuing to streamroll their way through the season. Saturday, October 10th, the Stanford Cardinals. They're coming to Notre Dame. Going to be a good matchup here because Stanford, these two teams have a history playing together back from when Stanford was in the Pac-12. Pac-12's been dissolved. Stanford, a couple ups and downs last season, but overall, one of the worst teams in the ACC. The Irish, this should be an easy W. And obviously, with the fallout that they had contractually with the USC Trojans, it's a real dang shame that we lost that rivalry game. I don't care whose fault it is, guys. No matter who's on whose side, doesn't matter. Let's get that game back on for future seasons. It is one of the best games in all of college football. Trojans versus the Irish. It's a historical college football rivalry. Let's get it go back. We have to remember what college football really means to the fans. But the team that made up for it, another top 10 team for a lot of last season, team that also just missed out on the playoffs, that are going to BYU. Interesting game on the road to the BYU Cougars. Another double-digit win team, could compete in the Big 12, could win the Big 12 this season, and they're tough. Physical rushing attack, top 15 offense in the country last season, a physical, downhill, grinding, grueling rushing attack. They dominate time of possession. They own the clock. They have their quarterback, Bear. He's a big guy, hard to tackle, hard to bring down, loves to sling it, loves to run it, loves to scramble. He's going to test defenses, but Notre Dame, unlike last season during the regular season early on, I don't think they drop these top 10 games. This could be a game day game as well. Give me the Irish winning this one. Saturday, October 31st versus the Navy Midshipmen. This team always comes into this game ranked. They run kind of like a hybrid triple option because they actually do pass the ball a lot, and they do it pretty dang good. They always have a top 20 offense, always have a top 10 rushing attack in the country, multiple look offense. The defense is usually very disciplined, but Notre Dame always dominates this team. They play them every single season. They know how to play this one. They're not going to sneak up on them. Notre Dame wins this one convincingly again. And then after that, this is where everything started last season. This game's going to be huge. There's going to be the revenge factor in this matchup. It's going to be awesome. All eyes will be on this game. This could be the college football game day game that week. Saturday, November 7th versus the Miami Hurricanes. Both these teams are going to be probably undefeated here. Top 10 teams, could be top 5 teams All eyes are going to be on this game. The Irish, they want revenge now. Miami beat them fair and square last season, but it's the fact that Miami jumped them. No matter what your position is, Miami wants to show that they can beat them again. Notre Dame, they just want to make up for that loss last season, want to make up for getting jumped. There's going to be a lot riding on this one. You have the Hurricanes, Mensah coming over from UNC, the number 2 passer in the entire country last season. He's going to be slinging it up and down the field. Heatherman, that defense, number 5 defense in the country last season. Yes, they lost Bain. They lost Mesidor. They have retooled. They are loaded, a top 5 overall roster. Their offense might not be Cam Ward-esque, but I think it's going to be a top 10 offense statistically in the country. But so's the Irish. What really makes this game interesting is last year was at Miami. This coming season, they're going to be coming all the way to Notre Dame. It's going to be a tough one. If it's a night game, the atmosphere is going to be electrifying. I think the Irish win this one. Call it here, call it now. Heard it here first. It's going to be a close game. It's a 50-50 matchup. Flip a coin. Honestly, guys, I think both of these teams are going to the playoffs. They may even play again in the playoffs, but I have the Irish winning this one extremely close, just like the game last season, 27-30, 28-30, one possession game. It's what makes the difference, but this time, Notre Dame won. Down in the last couple games of the season, now's the time. Continue to roll, keep that momentum going leading up to the playoffs. Saturday, November 14th, the Boston College Eagles coming to Notre Dame. This is such an interesting game. You have, of course, Boston College, not a very good team in any way whatsoever. And I don't think they honestly have a snowball's chance in hell to beat the Irish. They continue to roll. They're keeping their eye on the prize. They want to get to the playoffs. They want to kind of rub it in the committee from last season's face. They have unfinished business. They roll here. Second to last game, Saturday, November 21st. The SMU Mustangs never sleep on SMU. There's a dark horse candidate here to win the upset. Dark horse candidate to potentially win the ACC championship. Jennings is back at quarterback. Rhett Lashley, one of the better offensive minds in college football. They didn't have a bad defense last season. Really good offense, a lot of talent, a lot of transfer portal players here on this roster, a lot of speed on this team. They have South Florida players, and they have Texas players, and nobody takes them serious. That's why they do so well. That's why they at least win 9 games every single season. Made it to the ACC championship a couple seasons ago. This team's actually pretty good. Don't sleep on the Mustangs. I think they give Notre Dame a run for their money, especially if Notre Dame is too busy looking at the playoffs that are too hungry for revenge. They don't take this game serious. But I think it's kind of close, but Notre Dame ultimately pulls away fourth quarter because of their grueling rushing attack, dominating the clock, wearing out SMU. They don't have the depth. The Irish win this one, and they're still undefeated, and there's only one game left over. Final game of the season, Saturday, November 28th, at the Syracuse Orange. Going to the Dome, usually a tough place to play. It kind of takes you out of the element. This has that old 1980s type feel to it. Syracuse, actually not a bad team 2 years ago, leading Kyle McCord, led college football in passing, got started out pretty hot last year as an offense. Quarterback goes down, completely derailed the season. They went completely off the rails, really stunk it up. Notre Dame, they're hungry. They're going to close out the season just like they did this past season with an exclamation point. None of these games, they don't want to leave anything up for doubt. If they win this one, they win it easily. Think it's close, maybe end of first quarter. Notre Dame wins like a 42-20, 42-24. And I do have, it's very rare to say this, I honestly have the Irish finishing this season 12-0. You can call me crazy, guys. I had Notre Dame finishing last regular season 10-2. That's what happened. Just missed out on the playoffs. I don't think they leave it up for doubt. They run the table undefeated 12-0. They make the playoffs. Heck, maybe they make the national championship and win it this season. Guys, that's our breakdown for Notre Dame. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. What are your thoughts on this team? What do you think their final record is? Leave it in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that comment down below. And as always, thank you for watching.